Have you ever known exactly what you want to say in English, but the moment you start speaking, your mind suddenly goes blank?
Yes, absolutely. I think almost every English learner has experienced that at some point.
It's such a strange feeling. You know the words when you're alone, but when someone asks you a question, they suddenly disappear.
And then you start thinking about everything at once.
Grammar,
Pronunciation.
vocabulary.
And the biggest question of all, what if I make a mistake?
Exactly. A simple conversation can suddenly feel like an English exam.
But here's the interesting part. Sometimes the problem isn't that your English is bad.
Then what is the problem?
The pressure you're putting on yourself while you're speaking.
So we might actually know enough English, but we're thinking too much?
Exactly. We're trying to create the perfect sentence before we say anything.
And while we're searching for the perfect sentence, the conversation keeps moving.
Right. And that's why speaking can feel much harder than it really is.
So what should we do instead?
First, we need to change the way we think about speaking English.
How?
Stop thinking that every sentence has to be perfect.
That's difficult for a lot of learners.
I know, but think about how you speak your own language. You don't plan every sentence before you say it.
You just think about your idea and then you speak.
Exactly.
But when we speak English, suddenly we're checking every word in our head.
Is this the right tense?
Is this word correct?
Did I pronounce that correctly?
Does this sound natural?
And by the time you've answered all of those questions, you've forgotten what you wanted to say.
That happens all the time.
So our first goal isn't perfect English.
It's communication.
Exactly.
Let's use a very simple example.
Okay.
Imagine you're in a cafe and the waiter asks, "What would you like to drink?"
You can simply say, "I'd like a coffee, please."
That's it.
You don't need an advanced sentence.
You don't need complicated vocabulary.
You just need to communicate what you want.
But if you're nervous about your English, even that sentence can feel difficult.
You might start thinking, is "I'd like" correct?
Or what if my pronunciation is wrong?
But the waiter isn't testing your English.
They're just trying to understand your order.
Exactly.
And that's something English learners often forget. People usually care much more about understanding you than judging your grammar.
So if I make a small mistake, I should keep going.
Yes, if the meaning is clear, communication is still happening.
For example, if I say, "Yesterday I go to the store."
The grammar isn't correct, but I still understand you.
So the conversation can continue. Exactly.
And that's much better than becoming silent because you're afraid of making a mistake.
Absolutely.
Because if you stop every time you make a mistake, you don't get enough speaking practice.
And without speaking practice, confidence doesn't grow.
A lot of people think confidence comes first.
They think, when I become confident, I'll start speaking English.
But it usually works the other way around.
You start speaking first.
Then you become more comfortable.
Then you notice that you can handle conversations.
And that's when your confidence starts growing.
Exactly.
So confidence is built through experience.
Yes, you don't become confident by waiting, you become confident by practicing.
That's a powerful idea.
And there's another thing that makes English learners feel awkward.
Comparing themselves to other English speakers?
Exactly.
You hear someone speaking English fluently and you immediately think, "I'll never sound like that."
But you don't know how long they've been learning.
You don't know how much they've practiced.
And you don't know how many mistakes they made when they started.
So comparing yourself to them isn't really fair.
A much better comparison is your English today versus your English a month ago.
Maybe a month ago you couldn't introduce yourself comfortably.
And now you can talk about your work,
Your family,
your plans.
your opinions,
That's progress.
even if you still make mistakes.
Yes, progress doesn't mean you're perfect, it means you're better than before.
That's a much healthier way to look at learning.
And there's one more problem we need to talk about.
What's that?
What happens when you forget a word in the middle of a conversation?
That's probably one of the most frustrating moments.
It can be, but there's a simple trick that can keep the conversation going. What trick? Don't stop. Describe the word you forgot.
Give me an example.
Imagine you forget the word umbrella.
Okay.
You could say, "It's the thing you use when it's raining."
And the other person will probably understand.
Exactly.
So you don't have to stop the conversation just because one word disappeared.
That's one of the most useful skills you can develop.
Knowing how to continue when you don't know the exact word.
Exactly.
And there's another situation that can make speaking difficult.
When someone speaks too quickly,
Yes.
that can be difficult even for advanced learners.
So what should we do when someone speaks too fast?
Don't pretend you understood,
Ask them to repeat it.
or ask them to slow down a little.
That doesn't mean your English is bad.
It means you're trying to communicate clearly.
And that's what matters.
Exactly. There are a few simple phrases that can help.
Like what?
Could you say that again?
Good one.
Could you speak a little more slowly?
Very useful.
Or, "Sorry, I didn't catch that."
Those phrases can save a conversation.
And they sound completely natural.
So we don't need to understand every single word.
We just need to understand enough to keep communicating.
That's a much less stressful way to learn English.
And once you stop putting so much pressure on yourself, something interesting starts to happen.
What happens?
You start speaking more naturally.
And that's where real confidence begins.
And once you stop putting so much pressure on yourself, something interesting starts to happen.
You start speaking more naturally.
So what can someone do to become more comfortable speaking English?
The first thing is to stop preparing every sentence before you speak.
What should you prepare instead?
Prepare ideas, not perfect sentences.
Can you give us an example?
Sure. Imagine someone asks you about your job.
I shouldn't memorize a long answer.
Exactly. Just remember a few simple ideas.
What I do,
What you like about your job,
what is difficult about it,
and what you'd like to do in the future.
then I can build my answer naturally.
Exactly. Your answer doesn't have to be exactly the same every time.
That takes some pressure away.
A lot of pressure.
What's the second thing English learners should do?
Learn useful phrases instead of only memorizing individual words.
Why is that better?
Because real conversations are built from phrases.
For example, instead of only learning the word opinion,
Learn the phrase, "in my opinion."
instead of only learning the word think,
Learn, "I think," or "I personally think."
instead of only learning understand,
Learn, "I understand what you mean."
or I'm not sure I understand.
Exactly.
These phrases give you a starting point.
And your brain doesn't have to create everything from zero.
That makes speaking faster.
And more natural.
What's another useful phrase when you need time to think?
Let me think.
Simple.
But very useful.
You can also say, "That's a good question."
Exactly. It gives you a few seconds to organize your thoughts.
And it sounds completely natural.
Yes.
What's the third thing learners should practice?
Speaking about ordinary things.
Not complicated subjects?
Not necessarily. Start with things you already know.
Like what?
Your breakfast.
Your morning,
Your work.
your family,
Your plans for the weekend.
a movie you watched.
Something that made you laugh.
Why are ordinary topics useful?
Because the ideas are already familiar to you.
So I can focus more on the English,
Exactly.
instead of trying to think about the topic and the language at the same time.
Right.
Let's try a quick example.
Okay.
Emma, what did you do this morning?
This morning, I woke up early, had breakfast, and started working.
Good. Can you make that answer longer?
Sure. This morning, I woke up early, had breakfast, and started working. I had a busy morning because I had several things to finish.
And how did you feel?
I was a little tired, but I felt good because I finished most of my work.
That's a complete answer.
And it didn't require complicated English.
Exactly.
You just need to keep adding simple ideas.
What happened?
How did you feel?
And what do you think about it?
Those 3 questions can help you speak for much longer.
That's useful for anyone practicing alone.
Definitely.
But there's another challenge.
Which one?
What if you know the words, but you still feel nervous when you actually have to speak?
Then you need to practice speaking while you're a little uncomfortable.
That sounds difficult.
It is at first.
But does it get easier?
Yes, your brain slowly learns that the situation isn't dangerous.
So the uncomfortable feeling becomes smaller.
Exactly.
And that's how confidence develops.
Yes.
Not by waiting until you feel ready.
But by speaking before you feel completely ready.
I think that's something many learners need to hear.
Absolutely.
So let's make this practical.
Good idea.
Let's give our listeners a small speaking challenge.
I like that.
I'll ask 3 questions.
And if you're listening, answer each question out loud.
Don't write your answer first.
Don't translate every sentence.
And don't stop every few seconds to correct yourself.
Just keep speaking.
Here's the first question.
What is something you used to find difficult but now find easier?
Take a moment to think.
Now answer out loud.
Here's the second question.
What is one thing you would like to improve about yourself?
Again, take a moment.
Then start speaking.
And here's the third question.
What would you do if you suddenly became completely confident speaking English?
Would you travel?
Would you apply for a new job?
Would you make international friends?
Or would you finally start speaking English every day?
Whatever your answer is, say it out loud.
Because that's the whole point of this practice.
Not just listening.
Speaking.
And there's something important to remember when you do this.
Don't judge yourself while you're speaking.
Listen to your mistakes later.
But during the exercise, keep moving.
Because stopping every few seconds destroys your flow.
Exactly.
And once you start doing this regularly, you'll notice something.
Your answers become longer.
Your pauses become shorter.
And familiar phrases start coming automatically.
That's when speaking begins to feel more natural.
And that's exactly what we're trying to build.
So we've talked about confidence, practice, useful phrases, and keeping the conversation moving.
Now let's put everything together.
What's the most important lesson from today's conversation?
Don't wait until your English is perfect before you start using it.
Use the English you already know.
And let your experience improve it.
Let's review the biggest lessons.
Number 1, don't demand perfection from yourself.
Your goal is communication.
Number 2, if someone speaks too quickly, ask them to slow down or repeat themselves.
That's completely normal.
Number 3, if you forget a word, describe it.
Don't let one missing word end the conversation.
Number 4, don't compare your English to someone else's.
Compare your English today with your English yesterday.
And number 5, confidence comes from using English.
Not from waiting for perfect English.
Exactly.
You don't become confident and then start speaking.
You start speaking and confidence grows from the experience.
That's probably the most important lesson of all.
I agree.
So let's imagine you have a conversation tomorrow and suddenly your mind goes blank.
What should you do?
Take a breath.
Give yourself a second.
Say, let me think.
Then start with the English you already know.
And if you make a mistake?
Keep going.
If you forget a word?
Describe it.
If the other person speaks too quickly?
Ask them to repeat themselves.
If you're nervous?
That's okay. Speak anyway.
I like that.
You don't have to feel confident before you speak.
You can speak while you're nervous.
And every time you do that, you're building confidence.
Let's give our listeners one final exercise.
Okay.
Find a quiet place
Set a timer for 1 minute.
and speak about your day in English.
Don't write a script first.
Don't translate.
Just speak.
Start with, today was,
Then explain what happened.
tell us how you felt.
And tell us what you want to do tomorrow.
If you get stuck, use one of today's phrases.
Let me think.
That's a good question.
I'm not sure, but I think.
Could you say that again?
And if you forget a word, describe it.
After 1 minute, stop.
Then ask yourself one question.
What did I do well?
Not, what did I do wrong?
Start with what you did well.
Because learning English shouldn't feel like punishing yourself.
It should feel like building a skill.
One conversation at a time.
One mistake at a time.
One day at a time.
And if you keep doing that, something interesting happens.
Conversations that used to feel difficult start feeling normal.
Questions that used to scare you become questions you can answer.
And words that used to disappear from your mind start coming naturally.
That's progress.
It doesn't happen overnight.
But it does happen.
So don't wait until your English is perfect.
Use it now.
Don't wait until you feel confident.
Speak now.
And don't be afraid of feeling a little awkward.
Because sometimes being uncomfortable is simply a sign that you're growing.
Exactly.
And remember, the goal isn't to sound perfect.
The goal is to communicate.
The goal isn't to know every word.
The goal is to know how to keep going.
The goal isn't to speak without mistakes.
The goal is to keep speaking despite the mistakes.
That's how confidence grows.
And that's how English becomes a real part of your life.
Thanks for spending this time practicing English with us.
We hope today's conversation helped you feel a little more comfortable speaking English.
Keep practicing.
Keep speaking.
And most importantly,
Keep going.